So I frequently get asked, what kind of race are you? Now this particular time, I reply with, well, that's a loaded question because no matter how you cut that kimchi or bite into that Indian taco, I'm still pretty much whatever you want me to be. I've played almost every stereotype that you could think of, the troublemaking reservation rat, to the Indian chief, to Tiger Lily, to Hey Victor, and the lazy drunk and the healing medicine man, even the pretty white girl that got cast as a Native American woman in that one movie, and to the awkward math geek and the cold calculated kung fu master, to Harold as in Harold and Kumar, and the bad driver and assistant to Dr. Jones, you crazy, and the nerd and the sidekick, when I knew within me that I could be my own hero. Do you want me to drive? Really? How? I can give you Tokyo Drift and Jeremy Lin and Mario Kart and Tiger Woods and, finally, blinker left on for about half a mile after he turned. I have been reduced to Pocahontas and Sacagawea characters, and do not read me wrong, those are strong and empowered Native American women, but when you say my great-grandmother was a full-blooded Cherokee princess, it feels as though you are taking the bits and pieces of the full story of Native American history that you like or that you can deal with when you have no idea what we as people went through when we were victims of extermination. Let me sit you down for a small history lesson that might be hard to hear. Let me tell you about the history of Native Americans. Let me tell you all the things you don't want to know. Like how the Washington Redskins got their team name, or the derogatory terms that I deal with on a daily basis. Let me tell you what it's like to be called savage, or what it's like to be called dirty, or squaw. Tell you how I got the name Redskin because when I had my long hair cut by a white man, if I refused, revolted, or rebelled, my hair was cut to the scalp until there was no hair to be cut left. Tell you why I am so threatened and questioning of authority figures. It's because the last authority figure that I trusted took me, cut me open, and replaced my culture and my heritage with something whitewashed in bleach. I tell you why I have an American-sounding last name, because I was forced to change it from Bear Clan to something that could make me forget that I was Native American, and so that I could escape a boarding school that was more like a glorified prison. But the phrase, kill the Indian and save the man, and how as it was said, it was as if I was less than a human. Here's another lesson for you. Let me tell you what it's like to be so over-sexualized by the mere age of 12 and expected to be and act quiet and submissive in every single way possible, because that is how pretty little Asian girls are supposed to act. Let me tell you what it's like to be called exotic when statistically there's far more Asian minorities all over the world than there are any other race. Like to have an adult male approach you and have him say to your face that he only dates Asian women when he could have just said I'm racist and gotten the exact same reaction. Let me tell you about Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan and how they're related by blood to me. Let me tell you what it's like to be expected to be the Asian woman with the broken words stumbling from her lips while she grabs the arms of an American man because she is a war prize. I am a human being, not a rug that you can call oriental and have laid out on a floor. I am a human being, and I am to be seen, I am to be heard, and have voice and opinion that matters. Let me tell you why I take pride in being a full-blooded biracial minority. Why I take pride in knowing what happened to my people on both sides of history. The history that I was not taught in history class, the kind of history that wanted to make me angry and bitter, and instead it only made me that much stronger and that much braver to face another day in a world run by white men who feed into the message that people like me do not deserve respect, do not deserve kindness, do not deserve your sympathy or your time, or that I am not worth anything. Why, when you compare me to a race that I may share similar features with, a race that is not my own, or say to me that I can't tell Asians apart, or all Asians look alike to me, that it is stripping away my individuality, or when you ask me, do you still live in teepees, or how Indian are you really, it is taking away a part of me that I have worked so hard to accept. Know that I still feel. I still feel the envy of blonde hair and blue eyes, while I, on the other hand, have been blessed or cursed with matching natural brown hair and brown eyes, and I still remember seeing the kids that looked like me on TV being cast as a side character or a joke rather than the leading man, and I still remember feeling like the mixed colors of my skin measured my worth in modern society. I still remember being forced into military-style dress and being beat if I spoke my native language in a boarding school. I still feel the heat from the sweat lodge, and I still feel the incense from the ashes that burns the skin on my hands when I pray, and I still feel the beat of that honor drum when I dance in the sacred circle. I still remember feeling the torture because I looked the way I looked, and I still feel the hate, and I still feel the pain, and I still feel the hurt, and I still feel the discrimination. I still feel my cultures being stripped away from me, and I still feel pride, and I still feel heritage, and I still feel the past, and I still see a future where people like me have better lives, a future where we celebrate who we are and what we went through as a whole. I still see Native American women and men stand on their own 2 feet and celebrate who they are, and I still see Asian men and women stand tall, twice as strong as their ancestors who came before them, and I still feel.